Guys, I am super happy and excited to announce or show my new toy that I have. I've had it for quite a bit of time now, but I have never showed it to the public, unless you're a very close friend of mine, you have seen it or you know about it. But yes, I am excited to show it and announce it on the channel. Yes, my hands are dirty as hell because I just finished a brake job on a Supra, so I never washed my hands. But here, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm really excited. It is my new to me Yamaha YXZ1000R. It is a 1000cc, technically 998 cc's, but the cool thing about it is they are a sequential transmission. They are not automatic. They actually have a manual clutch and you actually have to shift the gears. So it's pretty cool. It's a rear engine. It has its own differential in the front. They're four-wheel drive, front and rear. I am making it street legal, so I got a tow hitch on it, so I'm going to be towing around my jet skis around just cause I can. But yes, but we're excited to announce something that should be going here, guys. That is right, I am turboing the YXZ1000 thanks to our good friends over at DLP Dirt Launch Performance. They make a plug-and-play turbo kit for the side-by-side, which is phenomenal. So it uses a GCB 22, which is I opted with the larger turbo since I plan on building the motor in the very close future. I did the JTE fuel system. I did the Injector Dynamics fuel rail, ID 1050 injectors. I'm gonna be doing a Visconti, a flex fuel kit on this thing. Flex fuel sensor, I should say, since we can't actually do a flex fuel ECU, but just so I can know where my ethanol is, so I can always have it very close to where it is tuned. I also did the Dyno Jet wideband kit, so it's going to be plugged into the ECU so the computer can adjust it, seeing the wideband. What else did I do? I don't know. You'll see. I did a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I did the Weller Racing tie rods also. I have a bunch of parts to install, so I'm going to be tearing into this starting right now. So here is everything laid out. Everything from DLP. Phenomenal. Look at this manifold. How so sick. And then this is the turbo. I opted with the bigger one like I mentioned, but this one has a restrictor in it just because this turbo is made for the larger motors, built motors that can handle more boost. They have to restrict it a little bit so that this can actually hold 7 psi, because without it they were seeing about 10 to 11 psi, which is too much for the stock rods. Here's the JTE fuel basket, the billet basket. Super nice plug and play with an AEM fuel pump, the Dyno Jet, wideband sensor, the harness here from Injector Dynamics. This is all made for it. Look at the intercooler. This thing is thick.
That's what she said.
This is, compared to the turbo, this is a big intercooler. So yes, these are ITBs from the factory. So it's all made to plug in with it, but here's everything. So first I gotta dismantle the entire side-by-side and then we can install it. But this is gonna be the tedious part, I think, is taking everything apart. But let's see, I'm gonna put it on a time lapse to see how this goes. I've never dismantled it. So you guys are gonna do it along with me. Damn, I just realized how dirty and bushy I am. I look like a freaking wildebeest. But anyways, here we go, guys. You're probably wondering, damn Jazz, how'd you learn how to work on a side-by-side? Do you know how to turbo it? Nope, I don't. Only time I've ever done anything naturally aspirated to turbo was in high school back in 2009-10 when I did my Nissan Sentra back then, and it ran great. So I'm hoping same results with this. Hopefully it runs great also. So we're about to see. Like I said, I've never turboed this. I've never taken it apart. So you guys are following me along this. So here we go. All right, so a little pause in the time lapse. Been struggling probably for the last like 30 or 40 minutes trying to get the muffler out. I took a bracket out of here, but it's hitting on those tabs up there. Can't really yank them out unless I just hammer them down, but I really don't have much room since the exhaust is hitting it. But so I skipped it. My ADD said screw it, let me jump over here. So I started blowing it all out, cleaning it all out, and I got to the I think those are called air pumps. But yeah, since we're in Florida, we don't care about emissions, we like to go fast. These are the factory air pumps, inlets, outlets. I really don't even know how this works or what it is, don't know, but we got some block off, so we're gonna be installing them. And yeah, usually when you hear on D-cell these things pop and bang really bad, it's because it's injecting air injection. There we go. It's injecting vapors and stuff like that back into the intake air box right up there, and that's what causes the pops and bangs, which is not good for an engine. So we're deleting them. Plus, more power, baby. More power, baby. More power, baby. I've come to the conclusion that to remove this exhaust, I need to remove the taillight. And in order to remove the taillight, I had to remove the cooler. And then when I remove the cooler, I could take the bed off. And then when I remove the bed, I could take the taillight. It's a lot of crap to remove. Just for the taillight, just remove the exhaust. Because you guys haven't figured it out yet, I'm going open dump on the side-by-side so we can hear all the choo-choo noises, because there's no blow-off. So we're gonna hear all the whistling, all the fluttering, all the spooling, everything. So let's keep tearing it down. Okay, so I decided not to take anything off, and I was able to get it out. It was a pain in the balls, in the butt, but I got her out. So now, next up, airbox. Let's get it. You're probably wondering, wow, Jazz, you know how to do a lot of stuff. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing. I see a 10mm, I'm just zapping that sucker off. I see a 12, I'm zapping it off. 14, I'm zapping it off. Next thing you know, I gotta put it back in. I thought I had to remove the cooler. Guess what? I don't gotta remove the cooler. Yeah, just finagled it, got the exhaust out. But next thing I have to do, because I called up DLP, Dirt Launch Products Performance. I forgot what the P is for. Not that kind of P. But anyways, they told me it takes a little bit, so I gotta send them my ECU information. You know, figure the guy that does this every day didn't think about this, but I thought it was gonna be generic. Like, I thought these things were like a basic computer, like beep boop beep boop. Apparently not. So apparently this is no different than the Subarus and BMWs we work with. Is we gotta send over the information. So I gotta install this, connect it to the ECU, and retrieve the information to send over to them, to Lucas, or Luke, I think it's Luke. You're wondering, damn Jazz, you know how to install a PowerVision 3 PV3 by DynoJet? No, I don't know. Thankfully, Weller Racing includes some instructions when I bought this a while ago. So I'm gonna be installing it. It's only one plug, so it can't be that difficult. So let's get to installing this thing. I was able to successfully send in from, I was able to send some information from the PowerVision DynoJet over to DLP, since they still race the YXZ, they still develop parts, engine builds, turbo kits. They do so much involvements with this car in the community. I chose them for tuning it. Me or Mikey could obviously tune it. It's a very simple platform. I'd rather leave it to those that know this engine very well. I don't want to be experimenting knowing where the torque or where the boost is on these engines. I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to send a hole through the block. I'd rather just have them handle it since they know these engines best. So I'm going to continue tearing it down and get as far deep as I can so I could at least throw the injectors in, intercooler in, and go from there. I don't know about y'all, whoever have worked on these side-by-sides, if there's an easier method to removing this airbox, y'all gotta let me know, because I got everything dismantled. I got the whole seats out of here, both the passenger and driver. This can't be that difficult. There has to be an easier way. But I refuse to go on YouTube. I just like being hard-headed and figuring things out on my own. And then when I put it back together, I'll figure out an easier way. But thankfully, this no longer has to go back in there. So let's get back to it. Hopefully after that, clean everything, vacuum it, blow it, and remove the factory injector. Once I remove the factory injectors, I could throw, man, holy moly. I need a haircut, I need a shave. I look like, anyways, I look like I've been living in the wilderness. But airbox comes out, injectors come out, intercooler goes in. I don't even know if DLP has instructions. If not, see what order things have to go in. I'll figure it out.
3 days later.
I was able to get the airbox out. And now I was able to pop the fuel oil off, doing the injectors now. These are actually some weird injectors. They're very small but long tip.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. But here, I'll show you. I gotta still pop them off. But the injector is really weird. It's, let's see if I put my hand in there. They're stubby with a long tip. Very weird, but hey, it works. People run like 7 PSI through them, so they make about 98 horsepower, 90 something wheel horsepower. It's rated, I think, like 110 at the crank. People are making about 200 horsepower with these things. So they make pretty good, but not enough for ethanol. And that's what I plan on running. So I don't know what size these are, but I got ID 1050s, which I'm gonna be tossing in here. Guys, I look like a mess, but I am so excited opening this. I have to show you guys. Name a better combo for fuel system. Injector Dynamics ID 1050s with their fuel rail and basically their whole fuel system. They actually make a fuel system for this side-by-side, the Yamaha YXZ. So super pumped to be using everything that they have. Man, I can't, dude, I don't know about you guys, but opening car parts is so nice, especially when it's for yourself and not for somebody else. It is such an amazing feeling. That's gonna conclude today's episode of part 1 of dismantling the YXZ and getting it prepped up to do the fuel system, installing the intercooler, installing the turbo kit, all that stuff in that order. Maybe not, don't know, depends on what my ADD ADHD wants to start with. Maybe the fuel system, maybe the manifold first. I want to see the turbo in place, so I may start with that first. But that concludes our first episode. Catch us on the next one. Thank you guys.